Hi there, this is Stephanie Treasure, and welcome to this live stream. Happy Friday to you, which is the time and day that I'm recording this, but welcome to you on the replay whenever you're joining me here for this broadcast. So I want to share with you, as you would have seen from the caption, the one word that can bring a radical shift in your results. The one word that can bring a radical shift in your results. And I wanted to share this, or I felt inspired to share this, because I have come across way too often over my years of being in business, persons who are passionate about the work that they do great work, they have big dreams and goals and a passion to, or a desire to give back and really make an impact in the world through the work that they're doing in the industry in which they're working. They want to transform or change lives, those of their clients and anybody around them who are inspired about the work that they do. But what sometimes, not all the time, what sometimes can hold persons back is not coming forward fully in terms of embracing what they need to do, the things that they know that they should be doing in order to move their businesses forward. So they'll experience things like lack and scarcity, feast and famine cycles, not, clients not coming in consistently. They experience feelings of not being known for the work that they do. They're kind of in a very small pond, and not many persons can think of them as a household name, and it's not usually because of lack of funds for advertising, but because there's other ways to get known without advertising. But somehow they're playing a small game. They're kind of keeping small, staying in their own little world, in their own little pond, relying on the clientele that are coming in sporadically, instead of doing the things that they know that they should and can do to really play a bigger game and step up, right? And there's various reasons for that. And but what I wanted to focus on for this live stream is a viewpoint that will help you to at least make the shift mindset wise in terms of what you need to do to really experience radical results in your business. And it comes down to one word. And yes, I'm kind of simplifying things here, but I really truly feel that this one word encompasses a lot as it relates to if you're in a place where you're experiencing lackluster results. It can truly help you to come out of that mode and into a place where you have clients that are coming in continuously and consistently, abundance, you find yourself growing in your business to the points or levels that you aspire to, or even beyond your imagination, once you really embody this word, right? So without further ado, let me share what that word is. The word simply is yes. This one word, the word yes, can bring a radical shift in your results, right? And I'm going to share with you ways that you may have been saying no that should be a yes in order for you to experience these results, right? So, and you can look at this, this is not pointing out any one person. As I said, this is, kind of something that I've surmised from years of experience from being in this business for quite some time, and speaking and working with many coaches, consultants, and service-based business owners across the board. So when you say yes to some of these activities, it can truly shift your results. And when I call out these activities, look to see if you have been possibly saying no, if you've been shying away from these activities, and possibly giving a certain excuse to why you were doing these activities that really seems valid or seemed valid at the time, that really, if you look at it, it could have been a yes, even if the end result or you saying yes would have had you showing up imperfectly. It would have been better than not showing up or not saying yes at all. Okay. So one way that I find that persons are not saying yes, or places where you need to say yes, is doing visibility activities that scare or intimidate you. saying yes to visibility activities that scare or intimidate you. So you may already have been exposed to an opportunity or opportunities to speak, to present to a group of people, to be on a podcast, to appear on a summit. And that opportunity was in your sphere, in your, it was presented, may not have been presented specifically to you, but you certainly became in awareness of it, right? And so, once you're aware, even though the person or individual may not have made a specific invitation, it's something that came in your space. So it's something that was put there for you to consider, right? Possibly an opportunity, a lifeboat for you to move forward. But you said no because it was scary, it was intimidating, you didn't feel ready, you didn't think your website was good enough, you didn't think that your branding was good enough, you didn't think that you were good enough, you didn't think you were poised enough, you didn't think you had much to offer. Any reason on the table may have kept you from saying yes to certain visibility activities, or even if it's not speaking on a stage, it could be speaking on your own platform, doing live streams like this, or videos, or writing. You may say no to doing those activities on a regular basis because you don't feel that you have anything to say, or you don't think you have anything valuable to offer. But these are opportunities that are already there, because once you're here, if you're here on Facebook or YouTube where I'm broadcasting this, you're on that platform, I'm using it, and you have freedom to use it as well, but you may have been saying no to do so. And so you're not showing up for the people that are on those platforms that could get exposure to the work that you do and learn more about who you are, right? So do you need, or do you feel that you've been saying yes to these opportunities? And if not, how can you start saying yes as of today? The other way that, the other thing that you need to be saying yes to is opportunities that may feel a little bit outside of your comfort zone or scope. And specifically, I'm referring to, I know, for instance, in my business career, I have had the opportunity to show up or to serve clients in ways that are not necessarily within the packages or programs that I normally work, right? But it's still an opportunity to work with persons and be of service. Um, in a way that can move my business forward, as well as forge new relationships with parties that may not necessarily be my ideal clients, but may have access to those who are. So for instance, I have held workshops throughout my career, local workshops, and I think even some virtual workshops that were not necessarily part of the way that I work, because I usually work directly with coaches, consultants, and service-based business owners in a one-on-one or one-to-many setting. But I've said yes to workshops that allow me to pull on my marketing skills, experience, and background to share with a group that may be outside of the normal group that I serve, but it's still an opportunity for exposure. It's an opportunity for me to stretch. It's an opportunity for me to pull on, or to pull from areas of my brain or expertise that doesn't get used often, but still allows me to grow, allows me to be visible, allows me to support, allows me to give back, allows me to work, do things for my business that would help to move it forward, right? I've done many of those workshops, and like I said, it's not my usual wheelhouse, as somebody would say, some persons would say, but it's still business, it's still new business, and it allows me to have a variety of clients and a variety of ways that revenue is coming into the business, right? Have you been saying no to opportunities like that that may be a little bit out of scope, but it's something that you can do if you don't have a full client load, or even if you do, it's something that you can fit in for a short period of time while you still work on other aspects of your business, right? I have been open and I have said yes to opportunities like that, and it has allowed me to grow as a person, as a marketer, and it has allowed my business to grow. And I've built some wonderful relationships outside of outside of my, core, because of those arrangements, because of those times, those opportunities that I said yes to. Okay. Another way that I feel I see persons not saying yes where you should be is through hosting events. If you've been following me in this space for some time, you would know that I hosted two events within the past 5 months, a summit as well as a giveaway event. And in the past, I've hosted webinars, master classes, virtual and live workshops. And I can say, even for the live workshops, even my virtual workshops, each time that I did them, or at least the earlier ones, I did not feel ready. I did not feel ready or equipped. I did not feel that this was in my strength. I was nervous. Um, I felt ill-equipped, right? All kinds of feelings would come over me, but I said yes to those experiences and I hosted them anyway. And this has been those events, these kinds of experiences have been a game changer for me and for my business. So have you been saying no to possibly hosting your own webinar or workshop or masterclass or summit or giveaway? Have you been saying no? Have you been holding back in some way, even though you know that it's a great way, depending on what you're thinking about, it's going to move your business in some way, whether bringing you more clients, more subscribers, more relationships with other colleagues, new relationships, more visibility. Have you been holding back on those events because you don't feel good enough and you don't feel ready? Sometimes we have to, many times we're going to have to do things that we don't feel ready for, because the only way through it is to do it. And to get to that next level, you have to go through that experience as you continue to grow. So saying yes to that, opportunities like that, is key. Saying yes to, this is a good one. Saying yes to consistency without an obvious audience or engagement. So other ways that you may be saying no, where you should be saying yes, is to creating content and showing up on a consistent basis for your community. That could be followers on a Facebook page, in a group, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Pinterest or Twitter or TikTok. It's easy when we see other persons showing up on those platforms with, hundreds of likes and comments, right? Sometimes in those cases, these people are influencers who started without an audience themselves and have built up an audience and now have people commenting. But if they stopped in the early days, when it seemed like nobody was there except a couple of family members and friends, then they wouldn't get to the point where they are, where they have, thousands or tens of thousands or 100,000s or millions of followers. Are you right now in a stage or phase of your business where arguably it's beginner stages? If it's been a year, if it's been 2 years, right? You could be somewhere in between, possibly 5 years, right? And it just seems like nobody is paying attention, right? I want to encourage you to continue to show up, stay consistent, knowing that not everybody is going to like and comment, even pages with, would you think it's good odds if somebody that has 1 million followers only gets 100 likes? I didn't bring well, I have a calculator, but I didn't work out the math on that one. But I would say if somebody has 1 million followers and they only get 100 likes on a post, that's not a whole lot. So if you reduce the numbers and think that, okay, realize that if you have 100 followers, you may get 0 likes. It could be comparable to somebody who has 1 million followers and gets 100 likes. Not everybody will like or comment, but it doesn't mean they're not paying attention. And your job is to continue to show up, continue to give value, continue to strive for the marketing that connects you with your audience, even if they connect behind the scenes and not outwardly on every single post or video or live stream that you create, right? there's ways that you can still connect with your audience and still be able to be of service to those who are ready to take things to the next level through one of your programs. There are many business owners who are getting 1 or 2 likes or comments on their posts on social media, but still bringing on clients consistently, still growing their businesses year over year, still having successful launches and filling their programs and staying consistently booked without the outward show of hundreds of likes and comments or hundreds of thousands of followers, right? So stay consistent, do the things that will connect you with your audience, and focus on that. Focus on the work that you're doing, the value that you're sharing, and meeting those who are ready at their point of need and inviting them into your programs. The other thing that you need to be saying yes to is strategies that have a long-term gain. So marketing, right? And marketing is not the only field, but marketing is a long-term game, right? Where a marketing tactic or strategy that you execute today does not necessarily show results tomorrow, right? Usually it's it's the consistency of your activities as relates to your marketing activities that bears fruit over time because you stayed consistent and you gave it time to grow. You gave it time to bear fruit. Planting seeds in your marketing is key, right? Because something in terms of efforts that you may execute a marketing effort or marketing activity today, and you don't really start to see the result of that or the fruit of that or the effect of that until 3 months from that time. But if you give up in month 1, then you won't see the results in month 3. So know that if you're watching this, and I'm sure that the people that I invite into my space are usually serious business owners. This is not an overnight thing for you. You're serious about this business and you're in it for the long haul. So act like it and do the things that you should be doing in your business. Do the marketing that works, hopefully guided by a coach or mentor or from your own experience, and stick with it and not don't dwell on or don't look for overnight successes, right? Just keep doing what you're doing, keep tracking, and know that your efforts are going to pay off once you stay the course and you do so consistently, right? So sometimes strategies have a long-term gain, right? One of the events that I hosted recently, both of them were in the making for months before what you saw. What you saw took place over the course of 2 weeks, but it's from the course of months of planning for it to get there, right? So know that that's how it is in business and marketing, and just stay the course. Are you saying yes to planting seeds? Again, right? Planting seeds with your marketing, knowing that it takes time and it takes love and water and sunshine, right? Using that metaphor for a bloom to come, beautiful bloom or fruit to bear, okay? Are you saying yes, or where you should be saying yes, is to calls that may not directly lead to a client, but calls or having conversations with persons who could be future collaborators or colleagues, persons that could be a potential referral partner for a client in the future, right? Say yes to those conversations and relationships that that bear fruit in other way. Not everything has to be about getting a client into your program. There's other relationships that you can forge that can foster that, right? It could be that you come into contact with somebody who makes a good accountability partner. And because you've held each other accountable, you were able to stay consistent, do great marketing and work, and be able to bring on your ideal clients. So when you're willing to say yes to the scary, the unfamiliar, and even things that don't seem to have an exact fit, you open up yourself for the possibilities and the opportunities that bring you closer to your overarching goal, right? Now, I want to share with you a brief exercise, right, as it relates to saying yes, right? Which, like I said, this can truly bring a radical shift in the results that you're achieving. Declare a goal that you'd like to achieve, right? It could be a revenue goal or some other goal that's tied to a key performance indicator, like a list growth goal or a number of calls, sales calls that you'd like to have on your book, on your calendar within a certain period of time, right? So declare a goal that you'd like to achieve and then be very specific. Make sure that it's very specific, put it against the SMART acronym, SMART. Make sure it's specific, but measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based, right? Then declare or commit that while you're on the journey to achieve this goal, you will say yes to the work involved, to the tasks that you have to do, to the decisions that you have to make that will lead you closer to the goal, to the opportunities, to surmounting the obstacles, overcoming the challenges, right? You're saying yes and you're resolving to do all of this. Say yes to being open and curious and figuring out how to achieve your goal. And while you're on that track, right, saying yes and being open and being expansive, be on the lookout for opportunities that seem to come out of the blue, for persons that were not in your radar to reach out, for persons that you do reach out to, or at least for your mind to, being yes and open to start thinking of people or opportunities, people that you can call on that you may not have connected with in some time, that you can reconnect with, right? That maybe weren't ready for a program working with you before, that may be ready right now, right? Stay open and ready and willing to receive once you have committed to saying yes to some of those things that I mentioned before, to showing up, to new colleagues, new friendships, to continuing to stay the course on your marketing, to doing events or doing the things that are scary, that intimidate you, that scare you. Know that on the track to achieve that goal, you're going to have to be open and be willing to say yes. And that kind of stacks the odds in your favor on course, on track to achieve that goal, and sometimes tips the scales so that that goal actually comes into being. Or at least if you don't achieve that exact goal, you fall just short of achieving that goal. Right? So that's a fun activity that I would like for you to implement from this and see if you can, or not see if, like I said, track what you're doing and see the difference that it makes and then report here to me. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what happens. Okay. Now, I want to invite you to a special event that is coming your way here in less than 2 weeks, and it's called the Ready, Set, Booked Challenge. This is a 5-day experience to get you on the fast path to booking your programs solid. This is a free challenge happening June 6th to 10th, and it's free for you to register, and you can do so. I put the link here in the caption. It's a bit.ly link, bit.ly/ready set booked challenge. Now, it's an exciting event. It's a not to be missed event, and you definitely want to attend this event if you are in a place where you are not fully booked in your programs right now. You have a business, a coaching, consulting, or service-based business, or you're a course creator or blogger, and you are in a place where you have programs that you've created and you'd like to bring more clients in that program, right? This challenge is for you, and I'd love to see you join us. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be implementation or action focused. It's going to push and pull you in some ways. As I mentioned, I really want for you to be a yes to your next level. And if that is the case, this is the right challenge for you, the Ready, Set, Booked challenge. Over the course of 5 days, here is a taste of what you're going to learn and implement. You're going to learn and implement strategies to boost your confidence so that you can say goodbye, bye, see you, to imposter syndrome. You're going to learn visibility strategies that's going to help you to attract your ideal clients once you execute. You're also going to learn how to bring in more leads, more persons who are in the market for the work that you do. You're going to learn how to activate your existing audience who may have been seeming dormant, unresponsive, non-engaging, and you're not quite sure if they are if they're your target audience, if they're interested in the work that you do, and they're not quite sure why they're following you. They're just there, right? You're going to learn how to activate that audience and get them on your phone, on the phone. Then I'm going to be sharing with you in a masterclass on day 5 of the challenge what it really takes to double your income in 90 days. As I said before, this challenge is going to be action focused and exciting. And so I'm going to be incentivizing some of your activities during this challenge with prizes and surprises. There's going to be daily prizes throughout the challenge based on certain activities that you're going to be required to implement in order to qualify for those prizes. And you are going to, there's going to be a grand prize, which is to win a Get Booked 90-minute intensive, 90-minute Get Booked intensive with me, where you and I are going to meet. We're going to sit down and look through your business, and I'm going to share with you strategies that will help you to get booked with clients. You receive a recording of the call, and you'll receive training to help you implement as well. That's pre-recorded training in addition to the time that we spent together. So I'd like for you to register now. And once you register now, actually the bonus starts as soon as you register, because as soon as you do, which is totally free, you're going to get an email with a special link that once clicked, that will give you instant access to a bonus training that's not available anywhere on my website. That is also going to give you some tips within that training on how to book your business with clients. And you're going to hear some case studies that I implemented that helped me to get booked as well, right? So don't delay any further. Sign up for the challenge, register to join us. And if you have a business bestie or accountability partner, some other persons that you know that are also coaches, consultants, service-based providers, or course creators that also want to get their business booked, I invite you to invite them to join us. And the bonus in doing that, right, in terms of how it will affect you to invite your friends. Number one, you're being kind, you're paying it forward, you're inviting them to an experience that you've signed up for that you know to be valuable. Also, you can hold each other accountable as you implement the strategies in the challenge, right? So the invitation is yours. Go ahead and sign up for the challenge right now. Navigate to bit.ly/ready, set, booked challenge. Do it now. We start June 6th. Add it to your calendar. Make time for this. It's going to be daily live streams at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. There will be daily implementation laser coaching sessions where you get on Zoom with me and you can ask and get feedback on questions about your business real time with me. Daily prizes and the grand prize, which is a Get Booked intensive, a 90-minute intensive with me, right? You don't want to miss it. This is something that you need to do for your business. I encourage you to sign up now, add it to your calendar, and I'll see you during the week of June 6th. Let me see if I have any questions on this live stream. Okay, I don't see any questions right now. So the invitation is yours. The ball is in your court. I expect to see you on the challenge. Enjoy the rest of your day. Make it productive. And I will see you soon.